Hi, welcome to Similar But Different, the podcast. Let's do that again. Okay. But I'm getting all the benefits.
Without having to pay.
Right.
Yeah, they screwed me. And then I found a bunch of friends that I was different from. I think I'd like the gram more if I got hit up in my DMs.
Okay, this should probably end. Welcome to Similar But Different. I'm Rachel.
And I'm Jen.
Hey, Jen.
Hey, Rach.
How's it going?
It's good.
Yeah.
It's good.
I actually feel like it being so cold in here is a way to kind of wake me up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it's dreary and gross outside.
Ugh.
After work, I'm just like, I mean, I love you and I love the pod, but sometimes I'm like, okay, I'm tired. I want to just potato.
Couch potato?
Yeah.
Get comfy cozy here.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a good vibe.
Yeah. How's your day?
It's all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, things are moving. Work. Feel like I was just talking to Heather the other day, and she's like, "What's new?" And I was like, "Nothing." It's like my life is so boring. I have nothing new to share. It's work, and then it's outside of work, which is
This.
Really, the only thing exciting I do is a podcast with you.
Well, you want to know what's new in my life?
Yes, I do. I was gonna ask, but then
We got a bidet.
shut up.
Yeah. The Tushy.
Okay, love a bidet.
I had never
How do you?
So-
Is it the hot cold one, or is it just cold water?
It is just the cold one because we were like, we need to like hook it up to like that just
Yeah.
like, seemed like a lot.
It
And we
is.
talked to other people and they're like, yeah, it's cold, but it's fine. Like you can deal.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually had never used one. But I have a lot of friends who are like, you
They're
need this in
popular.
your life. And just to get real TMI, I don't know. I think we've talked about this. I drink this like green powder every morning that is not Athletic Greens, but willing to try Athletic Greens if they want to sponsor the
Ooh,
podcast.
ditto.
And it has made my bowels like very clean.
Oh,
Like honestly, maybe could not use toilet paper, but it's
such a good
magic.
feeling.
It really is magic. But then, as someone with a uterus, periods really mess up
Oh,
stuff down
God.
there.
Yeah.
And I would just had the thought, I was like, maybe it's bidet time. I've gotten enough served ads. And I was just like, let's do it. Take the plunge.
Unsurprisingly, I had a very strong opinion on bidets. I was like, you are out of your fucking mind to squirt cold water on your lady parts. I was like, that sounds awful.
I don't consider the butthole a lady part.
Well, they have options. And then also part of me, all I was thinking was that like it's my nether regions. It gets
Yeah.
cold when you go into the pool. And so I was very strong and adamant, like, fuck no, I'm not doing that. That sounds stupid.
Europeans are like, Americans are disgusting. How do they not
Yeah.
use bidets?
My parents got one and I was like, let's test this out.
What brand?
I don't know. I
Okay.
fell in love with it. It had the two options, one that shoots to your butthole area and then one that shoots more on your hoo-ha area.
That sounds like a pleasure device.
I was like, this is the fucking best thing that I mean, I get excited to use the
Yeah.
bathroom that they have it in downstairs.
And they have the heated option as well?
No. And
Okay.
that's what changed my mind. So I was like, okay, clearly it doesn't matter. And I also I don't feel dirty. But like when you wipe after you go to the bathroom, I mean, it's not clean.
Well,
You shower every night so that you don't feel gross from all the wiping all day. I'm just kidding.
I actually, one, I'm like, you definitely need a bidet if that's your experience. And two, maybe you should start having my green drink in the morning.
There you go. Well, it's not even that it's like, it's just it feels so good. Like clean. I feel so clean after using it. Do you have
are
experience?
more, and that's a little different.
Okay.
Well, one, okay, so we have friends who have the Tushy, which I feel like is the one on social media.
Mhm.
And then we have friends who just have like a generic one on Amazon. And they're like, yeah, they probably both work the same. But I will say the Tushy has like a very sleek design. So I just like the way it looks in the bathroom. Like it doesn't look like a weird appliance
Okay.
attached to the toilet. Because when people are like, you overpaid for that, I'm aware. I know I could have gotten a cheaper one,
Oh,
but I
okay.
like the way it looks and I just want to put that out there.
All right.
Um,
Tushy. It's just funny. Funny name.
Also less than 10 minutes to install. Skylar did it, but he said it was very easy. Anyways, I shockingly, while I've been to friends' homes with them, I've never used one because they scare me.
What?
Because I'm imagining water just shooting straight into my asshole.
That's how
And
I
that is kinda what it
It's
is.
exactly what it is.
Um,
I squealed when I did the first time.
well, actually, because 'cause I'm stupid,
What?
I had the toilet seat up, and I just wanted to, like, play with the dial to see, and so I turned it up and soaked myself in toilet water. I screamed, and I hear Skylar go, "Did you test it out with the seat up or, like, without
He
sitting
knew it
down?"
'cause
And
he
I
did
said,
it.
"Yeah," and he's like, "Why would you do that?"
He knew.
I think I just expected it to not be as, like, not as powerful,
Yeah, no, it shoots you.
but it was shocking, and
It's a
it's chilly. It
it's a
kinda made
jolt.
me think if it would be good for my mental health because it's like a cold plunge,
What? I was like, "Where are you going with this?"
or they know
Wow.
you know how they say, like, to, like, regulate if you're feeling, like, dysregulated, like, splash cold water on your face or
Mhm.
something to, like, reset, and I'm like, "Well, I can do that with
With
my booty hole,
your tushy.
my tushy."
I I think it's genius.
Yeah.
Are you the other path, I feel like when people went down this route of getting these maybe it was during COVID and it was like toilet paper was scarce.
Oh, yeah.
Are you gonna convert to also getting the towels? So, like, once you use the bidet, then you, like, wipe with, like, a washable towel?
I did not know that was a thing, and hell
I
no.
think that's a thing.
That's disgusting.
I feel like I don't know if I think it's disgusting because you're just washing it.
But you also there's
Mm.
still sometimes gonna be residue.
Oh. Oh.
Like, it's not like drying your hands, you know?
Yeah.
And you don't know. Like, you're just assuming, "Okay, I think I got it as clean as I can down there." And then you use this reusable cloth, and you're like, "Oh, maybe not?"
Yeah, that sounds pretty gross. Okay. Alright. I was like, "Oh, yeah, I mean, you just washed it, so you wipe it clean like like a bath towel after you bathe."
Yeah, if I was confident that
But
there could be no duty
yeah,
residue
I'd
on
want
it,
that confidence too.
then I would.
Yeah. I feel like that was a thing, though, and maybe I'm making it up.
But I do use environmentally friendly toilet paper, so I still feel good about that.
There's toilet paper that's not environmentally friendly,
I mean, it's just like with anything.
but, like
Like, it's made from recycled stuff.
uh
Yeah. It's called Who Gives a Crap. They have very good marketing.
I mean, there's Tushies and Who Gives a Crap, like, yeah, I feel like the names that we come up
Yeah.
with things now
Poo
are
marketing is fun. That would be a fun company to work for.
yeah. Even if you like, just tying it to poo some way.
Yeah.
I feel like we tie our podcast to poop often.
Always. But yeah, so that's my big
That's
life
a really
update.
exciting update.
My siblings are coming to stay with us for a night. They and my brother and one of his friends. Wait, what am I trying to say? My brother, my sister, my brother's friend, and Skylar are going to a metal concert at the Raceway. I will not be attending. I do
Not
not
your
have an
thing?
interest in that. But Skylar did tell them, was like, get excited, y'all. We just got some bidets. And they're all like,
Have they used it before?
I don't think so. I'm not
I'm
on the thread. So,
so but they're excited about using it, whereas you were just saying that you never used the ones when that were at your friend's
yeah.
house. Hmm.
Because they scare me. But now I'm not scared. That first shot, didn't know what to expect and I was unprepared. But now I'm like,
Audible.
oh, I know the right angles and
Yeah.
things like that.
You know what's coming.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like that's why I
And
was
now I kind of like it because I'm like, ooh, I just feel extra clean.
yeah. Yeah. That's how I feel like that's how I feel. It's like I kinda just feel like I want it. It just everything feels clean.
Are you going to get one? Because you seemed like even I have one now and I'm still feel like I'm less excited about it than you are when you use your parents.
Yeah. Maybe that's part of it though, is that I don't use it every day. I only get it when I go to my parents' house. So, like, the
But it's
build
not
up of
like
excitement.
handy.
I
It's like
This is
dick
how my brain works,
clean.
apparently. It's more
Interesting. That is
exciting.
someone who's, like, very into cleanliness.
I'll probably get one eventually.
Maybe from Santa?
Maybe. Actually, that's a really good thing to put on a Christmas list.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that. Give me a bidet.
Yeah. Have you gotten any fun new gadgets or things that you're into? I consider you to be a buyer of things. Like, I
I
know
am.
everyone is obviously a buyer of things, but
I'm a buyer of things. I did so Amazon Prime Day was recently, like a
mhm.
couple weeks ago or whatever. And that chopper that Kai mentioned,
Yeah.
I don't have one. So I got one
Wow.
because y'all
You
both
should
mentioned
give
it.
her a commission.
Yeah,
I hadn't even used mine
yeah,
yet.
but you had it and I was like, "Ugh, I need
Can't be
one.
the only one on
I
the
need
thread
one."
who doesn't
Yeah.
have this chopper.
You know, that's part of it. And then I will say I'm most excited because I think we're trying not to spend money, which is why I can't get the thing that I really want. But we want to eventually get like a golf simulator type thing.
Oh, yes, you mentioned this.
So I got a cheap discounted golf net to hit into right now.
Okay.
Um the simulator is like thousands of dollars. So it's maybe a birthday gift. Nathan doesn't listen to this, so maybe
Wow.
a 40th birthday gift for him.
Okay. I was like, wow, you guys go all out for birthdays.
No, oh, this is a big 40th.
Yeah.
This is a special one, right?
Right. Sure.
He's old as shit.
Yeah. All the fives and the tens, you know?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Although I was like 35, who cares?
Yeah, I also kind of thought that, but was like, I mean, I guess that's a big one.
I feel like I think of it more as tens now.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
holy shit, I'm 30. Oh my gosh, I'm halfway to 40.
Yeah. Don't like that.
Don't like the sound
Well,
of that.
halfway to 40 is 20.
I'm Yes,
You're
technically.
halfway in your 30s.
Yeah. You know, I like that you just went there. And I was like, I never would have thought of thinking it that
I mean,
way.
I knew exactly what you meant,
Yeah.
but just because I shamed you last episode for some math, and I just think it's funny because I, like, am so uncomfortable with math. I mean, we were talking about fears, and you're like, "What would you be scared of?" And I said, "Having to do
Math
math
problems.
on the spot, on my own or in front of
And I was
others."
like, challenge accepted.
But then a couple times now, I consider you to be good at math, and I'm like, "Well,
You know, I feel like no one should consider me to be good at anything.
oh, that's so sad."
Oh, there's always room for improvement.
I didn't say you're the best and no one can beat you at math.
Well, that's fair. But I am the best.
What?
No, not at math, just the best.
Oh, in
In general, period.
general.
Here, I am
So
the
when you
best,
add up all
period.
your yeah, to say I'm not good at anything and then go to
I mean,
I'm the best,
that's literally that's what goes on in my brain. How crazy is
it's
that?
wild in there.
It's a fucking roller coaster of
Yeah.
emotions.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
Well,
So there's that.
so something that happened to me recently, most mornings I try to go on a walk around my neighborhood
So
park.
healthy.
Yeah, it's a nice way to start the day. Um, and I've been regularly running into, or not running into, but just seeing this girl with her cute little baby and adorable dog
Mm.
and being like, I've lived here for 7 years. I don't know friends in the neighborhood because you make friends with babies and you make friends with dogs. And I don't have either of those. Like when you're going on walks and stuff.
Oh.
Unless they're like your next door neighbor.
Yeah, okay. I was like,
Um,
you make friends with babies. No, you don't. You
No,
make
but
friends
it's
with
easy when
dogs.
you, like, have a baby or
Oh,
have
true.
a dog. That's how you're like, "Oh my gosh, you have a baby and or dog?" They're gonna interact with each other. They're gonna
Mhm.
sniff butts, the babies.
Oh.
Uh, it's like, what? Um, but anyways, the other day, both of us, we'd, like, just, like, said good morning to each other so many times and had the same, like, hit critical mass of just like, "What's your name?"
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
Both same
and
decided on the same day.
yeah, I could
I'm gonna go
tell
further.
that it was happening, and I thought that she looked very familiar, but I was like, "Maybe it's just because I see her many mornings on the walk," and
Mhm.
she tr spoke first. She saw me walking towards her and said, "You look so familiar," and I just said, "Did you go to Longwood?"
What?
Because that's where I was thinking that maybe I knew her from because I went to Longwood.
Oh.
And I happened to be wearing a Longwood hat, so then she immediately put the connection together and was like, "Yes, I did," and I was like, you're in this sorority,
Holy
you're
shit.
friends with my friend Molly," and she was like, "Yes, and you used to live with Molly, and I went to this party at your house," and, like, So we have a very,
Wow.
like, lives that weren't
History.
lived together, but, like,
Yeah.
lived in parallel. Um,
Parallel.
yeah, and which I love, because this is not me, she said, "Do you wanna do our walk together?"
Shh.
And I was
What a
like,
bold move.
"I
God,
know."
that takes a strong woman.
And I was
Look at
like,
you.
"Okay." And we did, like, 4 laps around the park, which is probably at least, like, 30 minutes or so, maybe more, and just, like,
Just
talked
gabbing.
and, like, about stuff in the neighborhood, and she said to me, she was like, "Oh, do you know so and so who lives, like, a block from you?" And I said, "No." And she's lived in the neighborhood for 2 years. I've lived in the neighborhood for 7, and she knows everyone.
Holy shit, she's the person to know.
Yes.
And now you're gonna get to know all of your
Yeah,
neighbors.
and she literally was like, "Oh, well, this other girl, she works from home, and so sometimes we just text each other and are like, ugh, it's been a day. Do you want to go on a walk around the park and we'll meet at the park?" And I said, "Add me to that text thread."
Yeah.
So we exchanged numbers,
Oh my god.
and I literally came, walked into the house, and was like glowing. I was like, just made a friend. Because you don't make friends as adults,
You
and we
don't.
don't have friends in the neighborhood, and I just love so much that she said, "Do you wanna go on the walk together?" Because we could have easily just went our separate ways and continued to be
S
like, "Oh," just more confidently
Hello.
say hello to
Yeah,
each other but she
it's
was like,
true.
"No, let's
We're
create a
gonna make this
friendship
a
here."
thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I had, like, initial questions of, like, were you guys walking always on the same side of the street, passing each other?
So, well, that's how the day this happened, I
You
got
were
the
on the same side.
confidence because normally we're somehow always walking, like just crossing each other's path. So we'll just say like, "Hey, good morning," and like keep walking in the opposite direction.
Mhm.
But this time she was entering the park as I was on my walk. We were
Oh,
going the same direction. So I was like, okay,
it's
she
perfect
also has
timing.
a dog who's going to stop and sniff and poop and
And I
stuff.
wanna know
So
about the dog too, by the
yeah,
way.
oh my gosh, the dog is
What kind of dog
so
is it?
cute. A cute one.
Cute.
I don't know, but his
Rachel's like,
name
"I
is
have a cat."
Cam, and I feel bad because I forget the daughter's name, but the
That's
dog, I was like,
I wasn't even gonna ask about
"Cam."
the kid.
Yeah. I thought it was a little too soon for me to immediately be like, "Can I take a picture of your dog?"
Yeah, because
Um,
all of my friends wanna see your dog. The new friend that I met's dog.
yeah, and she was like, "Yeah, I kinda had this dream once, like, we're out of this, like, just had a baby phase of maybe starting a farmer's market in the neighborhood," and I was like, "I
Love this
want to be your
person.
best friend. You are someone who gets shit done. I am someone who likes to do shit.
I like to be with the people
I
that do
like
the
to get
shit.
on board."
Yeah, I wanna be
And
like the Robin to your Batman.
yeah, and to how she's like, "Oh, yeah, I'm initiating, we're gonna do this walk together, and I'm on
I love
board.
that.
She's gonna start this
I
farmer's
need that.
market, I wanna be on board."
Need that.
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan, and I feel like I've said that I don't want new friends, and I don't think that
And I don't.
I don't. Like, I don't think I do. But, like, it's different when they're in your neighborhood.
Yeah.
The convenience, the fact like, I feel like that I would be open to that.
It's an area of my life where there's room for friendship.
Yeah. Well, because 'cause I've tried to say I think that's a really good way to put it. I can have room for friendship if someone is a block from me in my
Yeah.
neighborhood. They're in the
No
neighborhood.
more long
No
distance
more additional
friends, you know?
friends outside of that. Yeah, I like
Yeah.
that. But,
The,
like, I
like, friend a walk to
yeah.
friend, a quick meet me at the park
Yes.
friend.
I like yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like that's I really like the sound of that. That sounds
Are you
wonderful.
friends with anyone in your neighborhood?
No, I was thinking about that
And
just
you've lived here
now.
a long time.
Yeah, it's funny because, like, you mentioned, like, the cute dog, and that's a good way, like because Penny's such an asshole on the leash when we take her for walks, we have to, like, cross this road whenever we see people coming,
Mm,
and I have seen this, like, cute younger couple, and they have a little dog that's like Meeky, and I'm like, "That's a little Meeks," and I've, like, mentioned it, and we've seen them, and I'm like, "Oh, they seem like a nice couple," but, like, there's never been any because Nathan and I neither one of us are like your new friend. We are not
yeah.
going to say anything. We don't even say hi. We do the, like, smile,
Yeah.
because we feel, like, awkward. How you doing? Hey." Like,
Yeah.
that's us, and then so if the other end of that isn't, like, your new friend,
Right.
then it's never gonna happen for us.
Yeah.
It's just never.
Yeah, on our walk, other neighbors were walking around and she'd be like, "Hey George, good morning. How's it going?" I'm like, "She has personal relationships with everyone in the neighborhood. She is
Fuck.
like a beacon of light
I
of
like
like
this
how to
lady.
be personable and like sometimes you're like, "Oh, personable, are those people annoying?" No, she was so chill and
Ah,
cool. And if for some reason she comes across this podcast, she might be like, "Whoa, Rachel,
you like me a bit too
aggressive."
much. We just spent a whole episode talking about this new friend.
Well, because so our mutual friend who was in her sorority was one of my bridesmaids. So I texted her
Oh.
after and was like, "Oh my gosh, look who I just ran into." And I don't know if she listens to this or not, but I'm like, "Molly, if you do listen, if you could not tell her how much I'm fangirling at this stage, I need to like
Oh,
build up my cred first. And then once we're close, I can be like, yeah, I was obsessed with
you.
how we interacted." Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
before I like freak her out too much.
Everything that you described was like goals. Like I feel like I want to be that outgoing of a person when it comes to the neighborhood,
Yeah.
but yeah, I'm so bad at it.
She even, like, gave me an out in the conversation. I was like, "She is a conversational wizard," because she knew I explained where I lived. Oh my gosh, this is also embarrassing.
What?
She was like, "Oh, I said I live on this street," and she was like, "Oh, what cross street?" And I was like, "I don't know." That's so
Oh
embarrassing. I never think
shit.
of the cross street. And I was like, "I've lived here for 7 years," and then minutes into, I was like, "Oh, it's this."
Oh, okay. So you okay.
But
You just blinked
yeah,
initially.
I know all the, like, main streets, but not I know all the verticals, but not the horizontals.
Yeah.
At least in
Yeah.
my mind, the verticals.
Yeah. I mean, I know it's
Like, the
easy
ones
for
in
me to know the
parallel to the
ones.
street that I live on.
Okay. I got you.
But anyways, so eventually we got to a corner where she assumed, "Oh, she'll probably break off. She knows my work." And
Mhm.
she goes, "Do you need to go?" And I'm granted, I was
Thoughtful.
enjoying myself, so I said, "You know what? I could do another lap." So I was proud of myself for that
Yeah.
because nor I feel like my instinct is to be like, "She
Yeah.
wants to get out of this conversation." I'm
Oh,
or
I didn't
like,
even think about
not
that.
I guess, I don't know, maybe like, "Oh, I've been given this opportunity,
Take it while you can.
but gotta get
Take
out
me
of
out.
this."
Oh my
Um,
gosh.
but yeah,
That's impressive.
and as I'm talking about this now, I feel like I sound as someone who has never known how to make a friend before, and I do feel like I'm pretty personable, and I forced you to be my friend at
Yeah.
Compare because I wanted friends. So it is a skill that I can do. And
Forced you to be my friend.
I chose that I was gonna go up to her that day. So,
Oh. You just both chose the same. See, I don't know exactly how to make friends because I make friends through playing sports, and now that I don't play sports, I have no identity. But like that's how I
what
made
is
friends.
like how do you make friends as an adult?
I
You
don't
have
know.
to like join a club or something. And then I think about people who work remote, like
Oh my
we've
gosh.
clearly become so close and I
Yeah.
met you through work.
Yeah.
And otherwise we never would have met.
Yeah. Met my husband through work.
Yeah.
Never would have met.
And
That
so I
is
think of people who
scary.
like start jobs now and are remote,
Yeah.
and it's like you're not gonna make friends through work. Like my husband has people he's like closer with
Mhm.
through work, but they're all virtual, so it's not like they're like work pals, but they're not outside of work friends.
Yeah.
Like that's probably not gonna happen,
It's different.
and I guess can't because they live in different states.
Yeah. But I will say we started remote at the company I worked at, right? And I went to a new company, so I didn't have that same relationships. And I could tell the people that I felt like, "Ooh, I think I want to be work friends with them."
Yeah,
And and then luckily we had an on-site where we got to meet in person, and I was like, "Holy shit, like I hope they feel the same way."
yeah.
But like also I'm the awkward one that's not going to like make new
So you just
friends.
waited for them to come to you.
So, I mean, I don't know if I did. I think I probably tried. I think I tried. I think I put effort in. I like to think I put effort in.
Yeah, I think you, present less awkward than you
Think.
internalize. Yeah.
Okay. That's good then.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I feel like I have been able to build relationships through that. And that I like that.
Yeah.
But, there's a classification here. There's your neighborhood friends,
Yeah.
your your high school friends, your work friends, and then the people that, like, are family.
Yeah.
Some of those overlap.
Sure.
Are you trying to
Are
figure
you
out where you
waiting?
are?
No, I know where I am. I actually need to tell well, because I didn't know you in high school.
Mm,
So, I don't live in the neighborhood.
yeah,
We don't work together.
not anymore.
So, we're at Olive Garden, baby. When you're here, you're family.
What? You lost me at Olive Garden at first. I was like,
I put it back.
you
Unlimited
did.
breadsticks.
You nailed that. Yeah, we are. We're family.
Because being friends with me is like having unlimited breadsticks.
What?
I'm gonna put that on, I don't know,
It's just
a bio
unlimited
somewhere.
friendship that I'm giving
Yeah,
you,
just
just like
who
the
doesn't love
breadsticks.
unlimited breadsticks?
Yeah, crazy people.
Yeah, I mean, you can get sick
Psychos.
of them if you're like, "Wow, that's a little too much for me," trying to
You
cut
just need a
carbs or
break,
whatever. Yeah,
temporary break, like 30 minutes and you're back at it.
exactly. I just need a 30-minute break from me. I really like this analogy that I've created.
Huge fan of it. When you're here, you're
Yeah, I
family.
guess I, have made some work friends that, like, when I do go into the office, if they're gonna be there too, I, like, reach out to them because 'cause I'm like, "We're gonna hang out
Yeah.
outside of work because we need to solidify this."
Yeah, I love that.
But yeah, I still feel like it's kinda hard.
It's very hard. I don't know how, like, I think it's not necessarily part of the reason, but I can see myself making this a reason, but, like, I don't ever wanna leave Richmond because I cannot envision going to a new place and trying to make new friends in that place.
Yeah, I do like change in that way, so I do kind of find that exciting, like, moving to a new city where you just, like, get to explore and stuff, I think is fun. Now, I do think just going
Mm.
on my own, I wouldn't like, but at least, like,
You have
having
Skylar.
Skylar with me, um, but I also do hate the idea of moving to a new city and starting a remote job. Like, I would want an
Hmm.
in-office experience for that just to, like,
Start making new friends.
create some
Fun.
connections.
Okay, yeah, I can
But I
see that.
also love working from home, and luckily I already have my network, so I don't need work
That's
friends to
That's what I think's cool about working remote because I don't necessarily and the fact that I don't think I need any new friends. Part of me is like, it's really cool. We could just go if we rented out our house. We could go spend a month. Like we love Chicago. It'd be really cool to just live in Chicago for a month.
yeah.
But like when you're thinking a temporary time frame, you don't need to make new friends.
Right.
You're here like your purpose there is to explore with your husband or
Yeah.
partner or whatever and then, you know, go back to where your friends are.
Yeah.
Get friend time then.
So, my friend Julia, does a lot of solo travel, and, like, she used to live in Switzerland, and
That's so
because
cool.
of that was just, like, every weekend she could, she was, like, traveling to a new little country or whatever.
She's one of those people though that's like
Yeah.
yeah, she's an outgoing, like she's a good conversationalist.
Well, she actually very much describes herself as an introvert.
Huh.
But she would always, like, specifically plan to, like, be a single person on a group tour, and that's how she would meet people, and then people just naturally like, "Oh, well, we're gonna do this the next day. Do you wanna come?"
Uh,
type stuff, which is so smart. And
it's bold
yeah,
still.
I have
Terrifies me.
no desire to
Scared.
travel alone.
Nope.
And it's not that I don't think I have the, like, skills and capacity to, like, do things on my own. I just am not interested in it.
Same.
Like, it's the same as, like, going out to eat at a restaurant on my own. Like, I can,
Yeah,
and
I
I'm
live that
not gonna,
life.
like, feel weird, but I just wouldn't enjoy myself.
Yeah. It gets old quick.
Yeah, because I like to experience things with other people.
Yeah. Which is funny because I feel the same way, but I also like don't want to make new friends to do those experiences. I just want to do that with the people I have.
Well, yeah, that's fine. You
Yeah.
can do those experiences with me, your breadstick.
And my breadstick. My unlimited breadstick.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie. Now I'm thinking about
Honey,
Olive Garden.
how much do you want Olive Garden right now?
Yeah.
And I do think so. My friend AK texted me and asked if Skylar and I were available to, like, meet up with her and her husband. And she, like, eye rolled. She's like, he wants to ironically go to Olive Garden. And I was like, don't even play. We love an Olive
Yeah,
Garden.
that would be stupid to say, like, "No, I'm too good for Olive Garden." No one is too good for Olive
Yeah. And I think the whole concept is fun. Regularly, Skylar and I bring up the "when you're there, your family" bit, and
I enjoyed that, that was good.
yeah.
That's
And
cute.
then you get to pick, like, what soup and salad combination you want. You can get a pasta, and
Yeah,
the options are endless.
we're just really we're gonna have to go to Olive Garden.
Right.
I think we're gonna go to
Yeah.
Olive Garden, and you know what? We'll have to, like, invite friends because our family,
Yeah.
because
So we can invite acquaintances, but once you're there,
then your family.
there
Okay, okay. We're just gonna have this, like, clusterfuck of people invited, and they're like, what is this?"
yeah. Trying to make
Family.
family.
We're family now.
Yeah.
Only here in this building, though.
Speaking of Olive Garden,
Huh?
what if that's what I titled this episode? Olive
You're gonna be
Garden.
like, "Why?"
And, like, waiting, like,
For your
40 minutes
5-minute
in.
bit.
I don't understand where Olive Garden is gonna come into play. Was this a mistake? Um, Skylar was at an Olive Garden, went to the bathroom, and came out, and this girl said, "You wanna see my tits?"
Wait, what? Like,
And he
he came out
goes
of the ba
comes out of the bathroom, and I think it was, like, their waitress or just, like, another waitress there just, "Wanna see my tits?"
Shut up.
And he goes, "Oh, no, thank you."
Oh, no, thanks. How polite of him.
Which I appreciate because we were together at the time, and I think he called me and was like, "Hey, I had an opportunity to see some titties, and I said no."
I said no because all I could think about were
But
your
and part of
tits.
me is like, I kinda wish you had said yes. Like, I'm imagining the, like, wait staff had some bet going and, like or, like, a dare, like, truth or dare game to, like, keep the job interesting.
Oh, I hope that's what it is.
Yeah.
Because if it's not, it's fucking weird as shit.
Yeah.
It's really
So
weird.
that's kinda what I have to tell myself. Or, like,
That's
maybe that's
funny.
her kink or something, I don't know.
I don't know. I also feel like if I'm in the guy's position, because apparently I can think like a man. No, I can't. But I feel like my instincts would have been like, "What? What? What? No. What? Why?"
You're
And
just out
Skylar's
you're,
just
like,
like,
freeze mode.
yeah, I would've been
I
like,
don't know what to do. Is this a
do I
trap?
wanna see your tits? Maybe. Like, I don't this is weird." But, like,
Right.
Skylar's just like, "No, thank you. I appreciate the
"Excuse
offer.
me, I have to get back to my table."
It's very considerate of you."
My memory is that it was their waitress.
Oh my god.
So, it'd be like, Another round of breadsticks for the
She
table,
was
please."
she's like, that guy's he's giving me the eyes.
Yeah.
He wants to see my
And he was
tits."
there with his family.
Oh, shit.
So, now oh gosh, I'm gonna need to ask him, like, what happened when he came back to the table? Was he like
I'm more interested in anybody that's been to Olive Garden, a man that's been to Olive Garden, our male listeners. Has a waitress ever asked you to see your tits,
do you
and
think this
did
is
you
a
say yes?
common experience?
I wanna know. I
'Cause
wanna know if it's
I
and
don't
honestly, it doesn't need to be Olive Garden. What like, if you say yes, what happens? Like, is that a moment where they're like, "Okay, let's go into this bathroom really quick, and I'm gonna show you my" like,
I
where does
think
it
it
go
was like
from
a
there?
hall, so I assumed I
It would
don't
just been right in the
it'd be
hall?
like flash in the
No.
hall. It would be even weirder to be like, "Let me take you to, like, the manager's corner office," you know?
I mean, like, if you come out of the bathroom and and the person's there at the bathroom like,
But
"Hey,
I'm
you wanna
thinking
see my
it's more
tits?"
like a hallway, so it's
I
kinda
get that, or
private.
maybe a little bit private, sure. But, like, it's not just I mean, if you're asking someone to see your tits, are you expecting more? Are you expecting the tits to lead to, like, a ravenous moment?
I don't know.
This is where my brain
Also,
spirals.
I'm thinking if I'm the waitress, I feel pretty embarrassed
When they say
when they
no.
say, "Oh, no, thank you." I'm like,
'Cause I'm
"Is it
assuming you're
me?"
trying to get a reaction out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, don't feel embarrassed if you're the waitress because honestly, like, what were you thinking asking a question like that in a family restaurant? Like, you're gonna get
A family
a family
establishment.
establishment, like, I don't know. I'm mind blown by that. I also feel like the internet does crazy things, so I feel like this is probably something that someone has done in the past for the internet
Yeah,
to
but I
get
also
clicks.
think this was before, like, virality of,
Yeah,
like, quick
that's true.
clips. Well, you're saying that's true. I could have told you this happened last
Well, you said
week.
he was with your family and you guys weren't together, so I'm
No, I
assuming
said
it
we
was.
were together, and that's why I
Oh.
was pleased that he said, "Oh, no, thank you."
Oh, see, I was like, "Oh, it's like 8 years ago," so
Yeah.
makes sense. But no. Now that makes sense.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay. It
You
could have
know what?
happened. It's
If
gone
she's
viral.
listening, reach out.
Tell us, how many people said yes versus the no's?
Yeah, how many people have made new friends by maybe she was trying to make a friend and she
It
made an
all circles back to
unconventional
making
way.
friends when you're older.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would start with the tits, just a recommendation. Maybe start with just a
Ankles?
hello.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
start with a hi. That's
Uh,
fun.
yeah. But to your point of being like, yeah, I don't need new friends. I don't have time for that.
Yeah.
I understand because I have like the people that I prioritize in my life and I only have so much time. But then yeah, a neighborhood's a category that's open. Um
Yeah.
and oh, I was going to say something else. Oh, this is not related to friendships, but it is related to like polygamy. So,
Oh.
I do think I'm very impressed by people who are like in a thruple,
Mm.
which I think is different than polygamy because that's just like you have multiple well, actually I think both. So
Oh.
like whether you are like in a thruple and you all like three like live together and all that,
Mm.
or you are poly and have like different
Wives or
relationships,
husbands.
yeah, or girlfriends or whatever.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Um, I am just like, I struggle enough with prioritizing my friends, my family, my spouse, and myself.
Yeah.
I can't imagine having to add another romantic partner in there
No.
because that's not like a casual friend you see every few months. Like that person needs to get the same amount of
Time investment
priority.
from you.
Yeah. And I
I
just think that's hard.
But like people have that
I
capability.
know.
Like I'm not trying to say that your new friend, but she's the perfect example of someone who could probably handle a throuple. Probably. Like that's the type of person you need.
Yeah.
It's like I'm gonna start a farmer's market. Yeah, she's the one that's like I'm on top of 4 different relationships, and she's
Yeah, that's true.
crushing all of them.
I guess it's the same concept of like dating multiple. Well, I guess that's what poly is maybe, but like if you're like in the dating scene and you're like seeing a couple people at the same time, just trying to like
Yeah,
see who fits. Like you're not necessarily in multiple relationships, but you're like going on dates with multiple people. And I can see that
I
as
can
being a
see that
lot.
getting hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like there used to be the terminology. I don't know if this is just something my friends and I used. And I say I didn't use this because I had never had this, but they would talk about like the starting five and then like your bench. And so it's like
Starting
five.
five?
So like 5 people you're actively maybe considering or like you're dating to figure out, and then like you've got a couple on the bench.
Wow, if only.
Yeah.
I've never been that desired, or I think have had that many people I've desired.
That's
Actually,
why
you
I
know
said I
what?
can't conclude.
Maybe I've are in multiple people's top 5 at one time in some benches, and I just didn't know.
I like to think I was on a lot of benches.
Right, that's true because 'cause you're not actively feeling, pursued. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm on the bench.
I
A
like to
lot
think
of
that.
benches.
I'm only on the bench in the relationship category though, because I'm starting in all sports. So
Yeah.
I just want to clarify.
If anyone was
You
confused.
don't keep me on the bench. I'm just kidding. Unless it is a romantic thing.
I'm trying to think of any sport where I'd be like, "No, maybe Jen should be on the bench." I thought of one.
No, you can't.
I did.
I'm ultimate athlete.
Synchronized swimming.
It's not a sport. That doesn't count.
But it is. They compete competitively, and you're afraid to go underwater.
That's fair.
I win.
Okay.
Be like, "You like how I shot you down. You're not the best. You can't be you're gonna be
Honestly,
benched on the synchronized swimming team."
honestly, here's I'm gonna throw a curveball at you. I think that if you were picking from a lineup of like random
I
people,
know, you're tall and lean.
you're gonna be like,
Swimmer. Actually, I don't know if, like, leanness and body mass has any
do you
benefit
have to
in
go
synchronized swimming,
under to
but
synchronized swim? Because
I
I could just do a
think
routine above
so.
water.
I don't think
I
I feel
just
like
put
that
myself in the
is
starting lineup.
bench mentality, not go underwater for synchronized swimming.
I
They
mean,
do
I'm
a
not
lot of
winning
stuff
gold
under
here,
there.
but
Oh, but you're going to the Olympics.
That's the only time I feel like synchronized swimming comes into play in my mind.
Is it an Olympic sport?
It has to be, right?
Well,
What else
no,
is
like
it?
cheerleading is a competitive sport, but it's not an Olympic sport.
Cheerleading?
Football's a sport, but it's
Okay.
not an Olympic sport.
Cheerleading, there's 2 classifications of cheerleading.
Competitive cheerleading.
Okay.
I'm
Where you're
not
doing,
saying
like, flips
cheering at
and
the football
tosses and shit
game.
like yeah, I was gonna say, we're not just talking, like, rah, rah, rah.
Well, they do rah-rah the competitiveness too, but they're also, like, strong,
Yeah, they're,
impressive
like, flipping
athletes.
people in the air.
Yeah,
That shit's real. I'm
yeah.
cool with that. You have to classify it, though.
Alright. Well,
We've gone around a lot of
if
turns here.
anyone has thoughts around friendships, Olive Garden, flashing people at an Olive Garden, send them our way. We'd love to hear them. We'd also love if you left us a review and or subscribe to our YouTube channel
Totes.
or followed us on Instagram. And actually not and or. And those are all
And
and statements.
and leave a comment because we do go through the comments, and
Yeah.
we get really excited about it, even if it's a critique. I mean, I prefer positive comments just because that's the life that I like to live.
I actually told my brother that I will feel like we have made it when we get our first hate comment from a stranger.
Oh,
We've gotten some, like, neutral and positive comments from stranger, which does make me feel good.
I like
But it's
that.
when the trolls find you, that's when your reach has soared.
Honestly, I don't know if I want to reach the trolls.
Okay.
I think I'm
So if
happy.
we don't, aggressively increase our listenership, it's because we chose that because we didn't want the
It's the path we
trolls.
chose. Although I do kind of want to get a troll now out of this. I'm torn. I'm torn.
Alright. Well, thanks, y'all. We'll see you next time.
Next time, happy Tuesdays. Where?
Happy Ruby
Ruby
Tuesdays. I wonder what happens at Ruby Tuesdays.
The salad bar. Hello.
Oh, yeah.